Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I certainly hope you're doing very well. And I tell you, I'm doing quite well too. Certainly glad to be with you. Thank you so very much for stopping by to see me again. I really appreciate it. And I would like to welcome all of you to another episode of TJ's Topics. And of course, you may know who I am, but in case you don't, I will tell you, I am TJ. And I tell you, it is such a pleasure to be with you once again. I consider it a joy, an honor, and a privilege to be able to come into your presence on any given occasion. And I tell you, each time I come into your presence, on whatever occasion it is, I I am just truly honored and grateful and humbled because there are so many others out here that you can be watching. People who have a massive platform compared to mine. But for you to want to be with me, I tell you, that just, it really means something to me. And so I thank you for that. Now, today I want to talk about something very quickly. Now, I know a lot of you have been keeping up with politics and stuff. You know, it seems like we live in a more political climate now than we ever have before. And now that we have a rejuvenation of sorts on the Democratic side, you know, with the party being energized around the new presidential candidate, that is Vice President Kamala Harris. I tell you, we see a lot of, I'm talking about excitement and thrill, and I mean, everybody just excited. Now, I can't say much about the other side on, because they don't seem to be too excited. And that's too bad, but that's the way it goes. But the point that I would like to make today is women can be leaders too. That's my topic for today. Women can be leaders too. now, now society has definitely had its fair share of disregarding women. You know, we've seen plenty of that in every corner of this planet. I'm talking about, in every country, basically, women have been shunned and they've been looked down on and ridiculed and, laughed at and made fun of. And that's really unfair. They've been treated unfairly on every hand. But you know what? I think we're starting to see a turnaround now. Women are finally gaining the ability to stake their claim, and they're rising above the challenges that they've had to face, and being met with a glass ceiling. Well, guess what women are doing now? They're breaking that glass ceiling. They're cracking it, and they're going right on through. And I think we should be proud of them because, they've been put down and let down time and time again for what seems like eternity. Meanwhile, all the men, have always had privileges of leadership and authority and all that, exercising their power. But we've seen so many instances where men have abused their power. They've abused their privileges too. And oftentimes, using their power and their privilege to their advantage and taking it out on unsuspecting women, abusing them and talking to them in any kind of way. But that's not fair, and it's definitely not right. So I just want to applaud these ladies out here who are doing it. I mean, they are doing it. And Kamala, I'm happy for her. And I'm happy for all of the women out here who are doing their very best to show us men that they too have what it takes in order to be an effective leader. Sometimes they can be just a little bit more effective than men because, you know, men, at times we can get the big head. We can, and this is not all men now, but there are those who get beside themselves when they get into a little position of authority and they have a little, they make $2 more than what they what they've been making, and they they allow it to go to their head. But that's something that no one should do, men or women. No one should ever allow their position or their power, authority, or their title, their salary, or anything like that to go to their head, because just as sure as they gained it, if they're not careful, they can lose it. So, but I'm glad to see so many women who are now able to achieve success, and I'm talking about great success, unlike anything that women have ever done before. And there have been some very good women in the past who have achieved a lot of things, big things, but they were still limited to what they could do because there was always some man or a group of men holding them back, and so that's why I think we need to allow these women to be the very best that they can be now, because they finally have that opportunity. They haven't always had the opportunity to do what they want to do and stuff. So I'm happy for them. I really am. And so I don't know what political side you're on, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent, whatever. But just know that times are changing. And we see this change taking place right before our eyes. Every president of this country has been a man. But I feel that now is time for a different type of leadership. And I think we're getting ready to see it, because if we don't see it now, when will we see it? I mean, I would love to be around to see us have at least one female president. If we don't have any more, just have one. I mean, that would be so good. So, Kamala, I'm very happy for you. Please know that. And I do intend to vote for you in November. Incidentally, November is my birthday month. So I will definitely be casting my ballot in my birthday month. I'm excited about it. I really am. And so let us all keep our head up, okay? Because we don't need 4 more years of the past. we don't need another 4 years of that. I tell you, it's time to move ahead. It's time for us to move forward. And I think that's what America is ready for now at this point. Ready to move forward. So on that note, I would like to say thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of TJ's Topics. And keep in mind that whoever the women are in your life, please don't look down on them, and don't think that because they're women that they're not able to do certain things or have certain things, because they can and they will if they're allowed to. So we got to stand by them and cheer them on as they Keep pressing forward. This is Taryn Jerome Harris, reminding you that every round goes higher and higher. And I'll talk to you later. Love all of you ladies out there. Bye-bye.